Hi, my name is Alana Campbell. My business is You Have a Life Plan. I'm a family dynamics and life purpose specialist. And I created this video mostly for my own parents because I know that they are at a higher risk with the coronavirus being out there than most people, just due to age and, all these kind of chronic illnesses that develop with time and the removal of organs and all that kind of stuff. It makes it harder to fight off illness when you're older and you have less filtering organs in your body. And you're already dealing with so much. So you may or may not believe in the modalities that I use, and that's totally fine. But I just wanted to share this as an option of something that you can do from home, because I've heard that it's likely that 70% of us are going to contract this, if not all of us. So the stronger we can make our bodies to clear this virus when it does come to us, the better off in theory we should be. So I'm going to share this with you. And if you want more information, you can reach out to me. This is not a ploy to make money. This is just a sharing what is there so you have the options. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen, and this is not going to be a perfect video, but it's going to be what it is. So this is my website, yourlifeplan.ca. This is my RestoreChi page, so yourlifeplan.ca/RestoreChi. And when you go to this website, you can go right here, and I have an e-magazine that I've created about this modality. I haven't written for it for a while. I've been busy, but you can read about the story behind RestoreChi. You can read about how I use this modality to support my daughter when she was born with an umbilical hernia. So you can go and see what's there for you and see how this resonates. And I kind of blend my divine healing in with the RestoreChi when you read it, but what I'm providing for you here is just the pure RestoreChi, so you don't have to get into all the metaphysical stuff. It's just the energetics, building up the body using Chinese medicine without actually taking anything. It's just playing tracks. And when I say playing tracks, I recommend you get some device that can be hooked up to the internet that you don't use for anything else, so that you're not, like, it could be an old phone or an old tablet or a computer or whatever, but you really want something that you can connect to a Bluetooth. I really like this Bose Bluetooth. It's pricey, but it's really nice to put against your body. So the idea is you're going to run the tracks on that device, and then you're going to run it through the Bluetooth speaker, so you don't have the device on your body. You have actually a high quality speaker that has some, static, and you can feel the vibration coming out, and you'll put it against the organ that you're working on, and that will help clear all the debris that's in that organ, so that organ can function a bit better and help you process out this virus or illness or whatever you might be experiencing. So any symptoms you may have. So I'm going to share with you what is there and how to do it. And then if you have questions, you ask me. If I need to make more videos, I will. So RestoreChi here, this is the website, this is the referral code you use. There's no money behind this as far as me receiving money because you use my referral code. It just tells the people who've created the system that you found out about it through me, so that there's somebody there that you've heard about it from that kind of knows what they're talking about. So here's the referral code here. I don't know if you can take a picture of that QR code and make that work for you, but let's see here. So you will go to RestoreChi.com. You click on sign up. You'll go to Chi Multi. Right here, you're going to go for the 15-day trial. You don't have to pay anything. Try it for 15 days. Try it as much as you can in those 15 days, and then decide if you want to keep using it, if you feel like it's something that you can manage and you're getting benefit from. So sign up here. Your info, my email is just defaulting in there because I already have a membership. So your email and password that you create, and the referral code, I guess you'll put up here. Terms, read through it so you know what you're agreeing to, and then you can register. Then you'll be able to use it for 15 days. And from there, you sign up online to pay for it. So there, you don't have to actually go to a practitioner. Everything can be done online, so you don't have to worry about contracting anything. And of course, this is not a replacement for going to your medical doctor. If you're concerned about something, you don't have to handle it yourself just because you're using this. It's just something else you can do from home to boost up your body's strength, so that if you were to get ill, you're a little bit stronger to process it. Okay. And that please reach out for help. If I'm not available, there are other practitioners who are trained that I can refer you to. So help is there. Okay. So I'll show you what the tracks look like here. So this is going into, once you log in, you can go to the tracks. These are all the tracks that are available. one of the practitioners, a couple of them created a really lovely slide presentation, and then I expanded upon it, which I do share with my clients. This is not a catch to get clients again, but I just don't have the rights to share it openly with everybody, but I can share the pages that I created myself. So these are all the tracks that are there. I don't want you to get overwhelmed by everything that's there. I want you to know there's a lot there, but there's specific things that you can use in this situation just as you start to get your understanding about Chinese medicine. So in the presentation, these top tracks, they're new. So I'm only come up to 81 in the explanations in the presentation, but you know, these are here. This PVP prevention is actually on YouTube on the RestoreChi page. If you just look for the RestoreChi channel, you'll find this PVP is there and the instructions on how to use it. Again, ask if you have questions. So I'll leave it at that for now. This is the presentation that I was speaking about. So these are called regular maintenance tracks. So these are really good tracks to use to maintain your health. So they're saying use full healing all the time. So run it all the time that you can. That's why it's good to have a device that's dedicated to this. So you can have it plugged in, have the speaker going, plug the speaker in. The speaker will last 2 days. Device will last however long your device lasts. So here is full healing right here. So you would click on it. You would say, take me to the new player, let it load up. Once it says 100%, you click play. You need this timer to keep going up. If it's not going up, it's not running. Here's a little bit of a description of it. The company's a little bit behind in doing all the updates of the information. So that's why, you know, if you go to the PowerPoint slide, which you may or may not have access to, there's usually a little bit more information. So if I go to full healing here, you know, here's telling you a little bit about what it does and when to use it. So they say it's a multivitamin for healing, use it all the time. It's good for good quality sleep. So you'll see there's an article in the magazine that talks about when kids can't sleep, run full healing. And it worked really well for my kids. Yeah, another thing that can happen if you can't sleep is liver. Liver can be churning away and preventing your sleep. So that's another thing, clearing out the liver. So I'm going to show you in this part here. Let's see. Okay, so Chinese medicine here. I'm not sure if you can see it, but I will show you the big picture here. So these are the 5 major organs in Chinese medicine, starting with the kidney, which is water, which is fear, the liver, which is anger, the heart, which is fire and joy, the spleen, which is earth, stomach, worry, the lungs, which is grief, and metal, they call it as far as the element, but it's tied to the large intestine, which is really interesting. So if you watch, like, how is your poo doing? If your poo is runny, then your lungs are probably having too much water. If your poo is dry, your lungs are probably having too much fire. So it's all about having that nice balance of fire and water and all these elements. And that's a simplified explanation. But you can use this as, you know, like I have a blow up of each one. So if you're feeling a lot of fear, see here, it says fear, then clear your kidney, run the kidney track. There is a kidney track called Kidney Enhance, so that would be the one to run. And it's also in that table of regular maintenance, which I'll probably post with this video. So if you're feeling anger, that would be liver. If you're feeling, so I actually have a slide that tells you, most of us don't even know where our organs are. So here's some slides that I created that tell you, okay, your liver is on your right side, just below your lungs. Your spleen is on your left side. So you know, like if you have pain in those areas, run those tracks, clear out those organs. And so if we just go back up here, another way to look at these organs is through a table like this. So, you know, it says here, we were talking about liver. So liver is also tied to the gallbladder and the eyes, and you don't need to go this far, but use it as clues. You know, my eyes are really bothering me, run the liver track. I feel pain in my bones, my ears are bothering me, run the kidney track. Heart, I tend to stay away from, that's just me, but there is a heart maintenance track. I don't think it's part of the regular maintenance, so just be mindful of that. But if you're feeling paranoia, that could be heart. Depression, so even though liver is anger. It's also tied to depression. You can also try shouting to to get your anger out. You know, like we need to learn how our bodies work. How are we going to get this out of our body? Earth, which is spleen and stomach. Yesterday I had a lot of stomach pain. It's because I'm worried. I'm worried about people. So that's the worry. So I ran overnight. I ran the spleen and the stomach weak track. So the spleen, phlegmatic, stomach weak, to try to clear that out. And then this morning I had kind of like a harder to create poo, and then I'm feeling better. So we need to get the stuff out of our body. And then metal, so lung is tied to large intestine, as I said, the nose. Even here, what are you craving? Are you craving salt, sour, bitter, sweet, spicy? These are clues as to what needs to be cleared out. So anxiety is tied to the lungs. If you're feeling anxiety, you got to clear out your lungs if you can. What else do I have here? One thing to consider, so this is your bladder and this is your uterus behind. If you have a chill in the front of your sort of low belly or whatever, that could be your bladder is chill. If your bladder is chill, the organs don't function very well. If you are female and you feel like the chill's kind of more in your back, that could be your uterus. So there's a uterus chill release track. So these would be starting points, because you always want to kind of start with, okay, do I have a block of ice in the middle of my body, which is preventing that flow of good energy? That's step one. And then step two would be going through these organs. Do I feel like my kidney is okay? Do I feel like my liver is okay? Do I feel like my heart is okay? Do I feel like my spleen is okay? Do I feel like my lungs are okay? And you can intuitively go around like it's a clock. It's supposed to be a fan running, blowing everything out. Intuitively tune in and go, okay, I feel like my kidneys are off. And, you know, be smart about this. If it feels wrong, don't do it. You know, just tune in, see what feels right, see if it's helping. Don't overdo anything. This is the other thing I wanted to show you, the traditional Chinese medicine clock. So it's really good for me at nighttime when I'm waking up early. If it's in this area, it's gallbladder. Gallbladder probably means I ate something too fatty and I'm not able to process it. I'm not releasing enough bile to process it. So I can run, there's a gallbladder track, which is actually about losing weight because it's creating this bile to process the fat. Liver would be awaking from 1 to 3. Lung is awaking from 3 to 5. Large intestine 5 to 7. And then if you start to get symptoms at certain times a day, you know, it gives you an idea what's going on. You know, I was having trouble in the morning. Maybe it's because my worry was starting to build up before I could even feel my worry. So take a look. You can Google this clock if you don't want to use the one that's here. And let's go back to that regular maintenance thing, because there are other tracks that I would add for this time. This is a great slide, which I think I can share. So this is deciding, is the problem in your lungs? Is it chill or is it fire? Because your lungs are supposed to be air, right? Taking in air. And sometimes you get a cold because it's too chilly and you get like, you know, sneezing and phlegm and all this kind of stuff. Or sometimes it's heat, it's too hot. So I'm not sure about this image. You can take a look and see if it speaks to you, but basically, if there's too much water, if there's chill, you're gonna have diarrhea. These are the types of tracks that remove fluid. So asthma tract, allergy, runny nose. Whereas the fire, the dry, the constipation, these are the pneumonia tracks, the cough, lung fire. This is like sometimes known as the 100-day cough. It's just you're always coughing and there's nothing, it's just dry. And then there's sore throat, common cold. So just see what speaks to you of these. If you have questions, ask. But like I said, there is that new track now, which is here, called PVP, and it's free. You don't even have to sign up here. You can go to YouTube and run it. They do have a recommendation on it that you only run it 4 hours per day. I think the reason is it's clearing out your lungs, and you can't take that much clearing out in a day. It'll cause a sore throat. It could cause runny nose. My daughter, I ran it for a day. My daughter ended up with a runny nose and she cleared it and she was fine, but it's just like, it's more than you need. So I think it's an hour at a time, take an hour break in between, max 4 hours per day, and just build that strength, clear out your lungs so you can get those deeper breaths, the breath that goes all the way down into your whole body, not just these shallow breaths that a lot of us have because we're full of toxins and stress. Lower stress will help. Okay. So if we go down to that slide again, here. Okay. Full healing all the time. Liver detox when you're feeling angry. It can be all the time. If you have like liver spots on your face, or even like I guess moles or whatever, skin tags, that's all garbage that your liver is not able to process, it they're pushing to the skin. So if you have those, it's an indication your liver needs help. I wouldn't run all the tracks all the time because your body also needs a break. Okay, so liver is there for you. The liver detox track number 11, you can see all the tracks have a number here. 89 hot flashes, for example. So look for the number so you're on the right track in case there's a naming change or two are similar or whatever. Fire water balance is a great track, especially if you're running anything like chill release or fire release. Don't run those unless you know what you're doing. But it helps. So fire is in your heart, water is in the kidneys. You want that balance. That's the yin yang, kind of. It's not exactly the same, but for sake of an intro, leave it at that. Kidney enhance. That's what I was talking about. That's the first organ. So it's the kidneys that sort of starts your engine. So if you feel like you're feeling a lot of fear, run the kidney track. When I looked at the complications that people have with the coronavirus, I see kidney failure, I see lung issues, I see cardiovascular. People with diabetes are higher risk. Cardiovascular, I would go to the phlegmatic, because the phlegmatic basically means there's garbage in your body. Let's get it out. Doesn't mean just like snot in your nose. It's like phlegm through your whole body because of the garbage we eat and the garbage we live in. The other one, the spleen, dampness, phlegm, because the spleen works to create your immune system to a certain degree and to share nutrients. If it gets all clogged up, it's hard to provide nutrients, and it's tied to your stomach. So clearing that as well. I have a bit of distraction with my kids upstairs. I'm doing the best I can. Okay, central governing is basically you have an energy belt around you, the central governing. So central is the front, governing is the back. That will just give you more energy, circulating the energy around for yourself. Phlegmatic, I already explained, garbage everywhere. 5 organ enhance. I think it's called Reconnect 5 organs now, but just look for the number 56. And that is basically if anything is not healing as quickly as you think it should, it could be that those organs are not talking to each other in the right order. So run that, and that gets your fan kind of talking in the right order. Some people say that's restarting the engine. Damp, cold, hot winds. So look for this number 62 because there's another one called dampness that a lot of people confuse with this. Dampness is if you have an open wound that won't heal because you live in a damp environment. That's not what you want. Damp, cold, hot wind basically creates this barrier to push away illness, to push away whatever from the outside is affecting you, to create that balance, because when the weather changes quickly, our defense is down. We're not used to coping with everything coming in. So that creates that barrier. And then the spleen dampness I spoke to. Other tracks that I think are important. I will do the best I can if my kids come down. Let's see here. Fire release, I mean, this is very short periods of time. If someone's having a lot of anger and they want to just stand by a fridge because they're just really, really hot, fire release is there for that. Short periods because it's going to drain your energy. If you start to feel cool a little bit, turn it off because it keeps working afterwards. Cell treatment, this is if your cells are really, really weak and you need that pump of energy. Lymph balance, I think, is decent for clearing the lymphs, because the lymphs have all the, the garbage, from your immune system in there. So this is the Reconnect 5 organs, the one that I was mentioning before. It's got renamed. And I mean, if you have diabetes, given that that's a high risk, maybe you want to look at the sugar balance track. I don't personally use it. I don't know people with diabetes, but take a look at it, see how you feel. Look at the description. Like if you go in, you go here, you see this description, it says, pancreas weakness. This is just take a look and read and see if it feels right for you. If you want to see the slide for, one off here and there, I can send it to you. Okay, there's also pancreas here, but leave it for now, okay? And here come my children, I think. Okay, so I guess that's it for now. I will add more if there is more. Okay. All right. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay. Bye.